So what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Stick around for today's video. Right, today's a serious one. It's quite a serious one. I know that's unusual for me, but bear with me. I just want to talk to you guys about pain. Levels of pain and how people deal with it. Now, I don't know whether you know, you may do, you may not know. I've had neck problems, spine problems. I've also had a massive motorbike crash in 2011 that has caused me some problems over the years. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm in pain most of the time. Nearly every day I'm in pain, just different levels of pain. Some days I'm on lots of codeine, some days I'm on no codeine and I'm just dealing with it. But this is the point. On the surface, you may never know this. And this is not so much about me, it's about how you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. I get called moody every now and again, like I'm in a bad mood, because I'm quiet, I'm silent, I don't really do a lot, I don't interact with people, I just sit there. And that's because I'm in a hell of a lot of pain. I don't shout about the pain, I don't cry about the pain, I don't openly in public sit there whinging and screaming in agony, even though some days I am. I just take my tablets and I get on with things, but I tend to do it quite quietly. And people mistake that for being moody, which is fair enough, but what I'm trying to say is the person you see that you think's moody may not be moody. They may have some problems that you don't know about. So don't take it like it's an offence to yourself. It's just them dealing with the problems that they've got. Now it's winter at the moment, which means my pain is escalated to a whole new level when it becomes cold, because it's bone related and spine related and the discs and stuff like that. It means when I get cold, I get stiffer, and not in a good way, ladies, in a painful way. So I don't like winter. And you're probably thinking, well, if you're so cold and it's so painful, why do you ride a motorcycle in the winter? Because although I'm in pain, and yes, it escalates it, I enjoy riding motorcycles, and it's kind of my therapy. If you took away motorcycles, then I'd have pain still, but I'd have nothing to think about it, nothing to take my mind off of it, nothing to relax me, reduce the pain, because I'm concentrating on other things. And here's a weird thing when it comes to pain. People look at me and go, well, you go to the gym, you train. And yes, I do, but it doesn't take away the pain. It's a different kind of pain. Muscle pain I can deal with, that's not a problem. My pain doesn't stop me doing things because I put my mind to doing things. I know it's just pain, if that makes sense. It's not a physical barrier stopping me, it's a nerve reaction, it's an electric impulse to my brain telling me it hurts. But it's not a muscle pain, it's bone pain. So when I go to the gym, I'm trying to build up the muscle, because the more exercise I do, the less pain I get with the bones. Obviously you get more muscle pain because you're tearing down the muscles and building them up. But that's a kind of a good pain, because you know what you're doing. And what the muscles do when they build up is they support the bones, the ligaments. They take some of the pressure off of the joints and make life just a little bit easier. So the fitter I am, or the more toned I am, the less pain I'm in. I mean, I put on 2 stone since I come back from America, so at the moment I'm probably in my worst position for pain. But I am getting back to the gym and I'm trying to sort it out. But people look at you funny when you try to tell them you've got a lot of pain and you go to the gym. It just doesn't comprehend in their brain how you can do the two. They think you're lying and you're bullshitting, but that's more their ignorance than my problem, so I'm not really going to dwell on that too much. And that goes for everyday tasks as well. Like if I was to go home now and say I strip the wallpaper, it is exercise, so to speak, but I know it's going to be really, really painful, because it's not building the muscles, it's just testing the joints, where I'm repetitively doing the same thing. I'm not building up anything to compensate for the bone pains. So you'll see me when I do DIY and stuff like that, I'm a bit reluctant to do it. It does come across as laziness, and I suppose to a degree I am quite lazy, but that's another story, that's not this issue here. But I know when I'm going to do this sort of stuff, I know I'm not going to enjoy it, for one, because I'm going to be in pain while I do it, and there's going to be absolutely no benefit for my body afterwards. It means for the next 2 days I'm going to be on a lot of painkillers just to get through it. And yes, the house looks nice and things look nice, but my brain kind of tells me, is it worth it for the pain? And yes and no. I think yes while I'm doing it, and no the 2 days after. I mean, I've lived with this so long now. My neck started to go in 2009, so we're now up to 8 years of pain. And I've had a few operations on it, and it has helped. The last operation I had, which was just in August, not long ago, reduced the pain by about 70%, but now it's starting to creep back in, and it's getting bad again. I mean, I've had this pain for so long that I don't really know what it's like to have no pain. Every now and again I'll be sitting there and I'll be distracted by something, and I realise that I've had no pain for a minute or 2 minutes, and it's just heaven. It's one of the nicest feelings I've ever had, to have a feeling of no pain. It's just like euphoria. And then obviously the brain does a kick in, and it does this little trick where it reminds you should have pain, so therefore you do have pain. So I don't know whether a little bit of it is psychosomatic or whether it's wholly real, but the mind plays tricks, and that's what gets you down, is the mind. If you're in pain for so long and every day, the mind sort of like starts to deteriorate and you go into a depression. And I've been depressed every now and again. I don't think badly, but I have bouts of depression where I start thinking negatively about stuff, and I kind of sit there with a hump. But again, that's when I go quiet and I try and snap myself out of it and think about the good things I've got, and I've got plenty of those. So it's not all bad, it's just a bit of pain, as they say. I mean, I've had it for so long, even my wife doesn't really recognise it anymore. I don't talk about it, and if I say I've got a bit of neck pain or back pain, it's just like, yeah, whatever. Just get on with the housework, you lazy bastard. No, I'm only joking, she loves me really. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to bid you farewell. I love you all, stay safe, fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong, so go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong, so go ahead and get gone.